Well, whoops. Well, hello everybody and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Monday, only here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. Welcome to the All 60's edition, the February 28th, 2022 Vinyl Treasure Show, the All 60 show. It's the last show of the month of February, and it's amazing how we are moving through already 2 months. The 2 months are done already from the year 2022, but sit back for the next 3 hours. Got some cool soul 1960s 45s out of my collection. I'm sure many of you recognize that tune. Came out on the Marvelous record label out of Chicago, Illinois, Alvin Cash and the Crawlers. That's his first of 9 releases on Marvelous Records. The song was called Twine Time, probably his biggest hit. That was a number 14 Billboard hit, number 9 on Cashbox, 3 on the Billboard R&B chart, a big number 2 record on KFXM in San Bernardino, California. November 64 release for Alvin Cash and the Crawlers on Marvelous Records. It's called Twine Time. Well, enough of Johnny G's Twine, and let's get to the vocal portion here as we open up with this group from New York City. They're called the Dynamites. This is their second of 2 on Larry Lucy's Pay record label. This one from April 66. Let's give it a spin. The Dynamites on Pay. It's called Don't Leave Me This Way.
Your love was back in town. I know you did it. And you don't want me to be hanging around. I need you, baby. I beg you, baby.
Yeah, we open up the vocal portion there with the group called the Dynamites. That's a cool tune on the Pay record label, their second release on Pay, although that first came out on a label called Dolores Records, and that was the side, and then it was picked up by maybe Larry Lucy bought the master, who knows, but April 66, the Dynamites on Pay, Don't Leave Me This Way. Up next, this female vocal quartet consisted of Cissy Houston, the mother of Whitney Houston, Estelle Brown, Sylvia Shemwell, and Myrna Smith. Collectively, they were known as the Sweet Inspirations, and they almost spent like 6 years as studio session singers backing up big acts, mainly I think on the Atlantic label like Aretha Franklin, but also did extensive background work for Elvis Presley between 68 and 1977. But they also had 17 of their own releases. It came out on the Atlantic record label. I'm sure you know their biggest hit. It was a song called Sweet Inspiration. That was a 45 that my aunt purchased when it came out. But let's give a listen to their 12th release on the Atlantic label. This one from July 1969. Give a listen to the Sweet Inspirations. It's on Atlantic Records. Their tune is called Chained.
Since just yesterday, you were in my arms. In your special way, you touched my heart with all your charms. Now you go, I find myself I'm all alone. And there's no love left. Don't know where I've been, you I've always cared. Pride is all I know to win your love, make you so. Always you turned away. What could I say? How could you do this thing to me? I'm chained to your love, chained to your love. I've got to make it right. Somehow it's always wrong. Somewhere down the line, love I lost. Now I've got to find. It won't be long. Gonna make it right, baby. And carry you back home. 'Cause I'm chained to your love. I'm chained to your love. And it makes me tremble. Makes me tremble. Oh, I admit that I am not the perfect girl, or not sweet as you. When my heart broke, still I come to you. Yeah. I'm gonna make it right, baby. If you just stay with me, 'cause I'm chained to your love. Chained to your love. Oh, baby. I'm chained to your love. Oh, baby. I'm chained to your love. Oh, baby. I'm
Those are the Sweet Inspirations there, July 1969. It's on the Atlantic record label. The name of their tune is called Chained as we continue here. Now, this next group, they're out of Miami, Florida. Now, group members were Robert Thomas, Woodrow Tucker, Morris Clemens, Jimmy Hartfield, and Morris Hill. Collectively, they were known as the Movers. This release first came out on the local Deep City record label, which I have. I think I've even featured that Deep City 45 here. Don't know if I featured the Brent release because Bob Shad's Brent record label picked it up for national distribution. I think it's a great two-sided 45. This is from June 1967. They're called the Movers. The Movers on the Brent label. It's called One Little Dance.
The minute you said no, I knew I didn't stand a chance. All night long I've been watching you, trying to get just one little dance. But you broke me so when you said no, when all I asked for was one little dance. Girl,
That group called The Movers. They're out of Miami, Florida. Featured it on the Brent label. Originally came out on the local Florida Deep City label, January 67. I like that record there, One Little Chance. I have to say something about the Brent label now. I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead. I've been watching it, 9 years now, maybe 10 years possibly. So interesting, the situation yesterday. One of the gals, or one of the main gals, she evidently was, I don't know if it was a thrift shop or a record store or whatever, but they had a picture of one of those small Victrolas, and it was playing a Brent 45. I got to go back and check it out again. But it definitely was not a song that I'm not familiar with, unless it was one of the Garage records, because there is Garage on the Brent label. But you can actually sing it, the Brent label, that red label with that white logo spinning on the turntable. Pretty interesting. And really on last season, they were in this, I don't know, this like safe haven place, but it's kind of weird. Everybody's got a job. Well, one of the gals saw her brother in this like cake, like a pastry shop, and the record in the background is by the Royal Notes, My 3-Speed Girl. That's like, like a $300 group record, and they're playing that in the back. That record probably made a lot of money, whoever put that in there. I don't know. Well, I got to hand it to whoever in the show knew that record. But anyway, Johnny G babbling on. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We head to Philadelphia for this next 45. On the Guidon label, this gal, her name is Maxine Davis. She had 5 releases for Guidon. This is her 4th, produced by Huey Moe and Steve Tyrell. This one from July 1964. Let's give a listen to Maxine Davis on Guidon Records. It's called Before I Leave You. I think that's a cool tune by Maxine Davis, July 1964. It's on the Guidon record label out of Philadelphia. Before I Leave You is the name of the tune. I got featured, I think it's I Have a what was her side here? I Want a Guy or I Have a Guy. I featured that, not on Guidon, but I think came out on Trinity. That's like her second or third release on the Guidon label also. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Monday evening, spinning original vinyl 45 right here on Oldies and More Radio, also live streamed on YouTube. Tell your friends about it. If you have requests, I found one of Warren's requests. I was going crazy looking for at least 3 of the requests because I know I had that to Blossoms record, but I couldn't find it in time. And also that the other one, Warren, that you requested by on OK Records, but we'll find that one. But I got a good one for Warren coming up later on in the show. But I think, Warren, you like this next 45 on the test show I had not too long ago. This duo, although they are fellow what is this? One person. This is, although I think Charlene has, she must have asked Stereo Tom about this singing group. That this is really one person singing at a duo. Well, that is what Stereo Tom thinks, I guess. But anyway. This is on the Heidi record label. They are Gary and Gary. Well, maybe, but at least one of the guys goes by the name of Gary Eric Clivert. So maybe that's right. Maybe Stereo Tom is correct. Maybe it's one guy, this Gary Eric Clivert, singing both sides of the records. But I don't know who the other Gary is. But anyway, it's I like this song. This one here from November 1964. It's Gary and Gary on the Heidi label. See if the voices sound the same. Maybe Stereo Tom is correct. It's one guy. It's called The Soft, Easy Life.
You sit on top of the world and become a very rich girl. You live the soft, easy life. Oh yeah, the soft, easy life. Oh, he'll give you diamonds that twinkle and shine, but you have to give up the love that's yours and mine. I know he's able to buy anything that catches your eye. You live the soft, easy life. Oh yeah, the soft, easy life. Oh, you'll have more money than you ever use, but you have to give up much more than you can lose. So you've got your chance to choose. You can sail that lifetime cruise, or come back to me and tell him you refuse. I've got no riches to spend, and you know that I can't pretend. You live the soft, easy life. Oh yeah, the soft, easy life. But the love I'll give you, yeah, until the day I die, will be worth much more than anything that money can buy. That money can buy. That money can buy. That money can
We'll send that one out to Warren Russell. He likes that tune. It's for Gary and Gary now. Stereo Tom says it's Gary Eric Clivert doing both vocals, which is highly possible with all the multi-tracking, at least here with this release in November of 64, so that was definitely available then. Gary and Gary on Heidi Records, The Soft, Easy Life is the name of the tune. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We go to the UK for this next singer. Her real name is Carol Hedges, but she recorded as Billy Davis. And she in 1965 she had a release, I think, on the Jordan label and also Burdette, and then this release on the London label. Actually, it's her first of 3 on London Records, and it's a cover of this song originally done. This is an old song as this. Well, it says Ellie Greenwich. Let's wait. No. Henderson. I don't know. Charlene has that this is a 1950. This song originally goes back to 1953. Maybe. I don't know. But let's give it a spin here. September 68 for Billy Davis on the London record label. It's called I Want You to Be My Baby. Cover tunes here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyltreasure Show. That is a Billy Davis's version of I Want You to Be My Baby. That one there on the London record label, September 68. Oh, no, Mark Speck says that Ellie Greenwich also covered that song, and Charlene put on the notes here that Louis Jordan first recorded this back in 1953, and John Ferry confirmed, or maybe parts of that song did, or that was definitely an inspiration. We can put it that way. Johnny G here spinning original vinyl 45s. Let's continue here for this next singer from Norfolk, Virginia. We started recording back in 1965 for the DPG label, and DPG Records, which stands for Kenneth Deal, George Perkins, and Lennis Guess, who is the singer on this 45. In 1968, this came out on in 1968, this release is on the SPQR label, which is on Frank Guida's label. Frank Guida, of course, also the owner of LeGrand Records with all those cool Bobby U.S. Bonds 45s on. But this is the second of two for Lennis Guess on SPQR. Now, the side that I'm featuring was also the flip side of one of his in-demand records, by the way. So, Mark, this is not the flip. The flip side is not that in-demand record by this artist. But anyway, I played this, And I think they liked the song on that test play that night. It was earlier that night. Anyway, it's 1968. Lennis Guess is his name. It's on the SPQR label. It's called Old Mill Road.
The stream runs cool and soothing, and tall trees hide the sun. The river glitters like diamonds when moonlight falls and day is done. Remember the future we planned as we ran down the road of play. So young, so happy, so free, down the old mill road where we used to play. Meet me at the old mill road where the grass will tickle our toes, where our troubles and cares are float in the air, and the soft wind is blowing in our hair. Meet me at the old mill road where the grass will tickle our toes, where our troubles and cares float in the air, and the soft wind is blowing in our hair.
That's Mr. Lennis Guess. Lennis Guess, 1968 release. It's on the SPQR record label. That's the same label that Jimmy Soul had that cool record, If You Want to Be Happy, and there's definitely other records. I have the I think it's called The First Platoon, which is a rare record on that label. But anyway, that's Lennis Guess. A song entitled Old Mill Road is the name of that one. We continue here, and we go to Los Angeles, California for this girl group. Somebody asked me to play the Apollos records, and I found another one here. I think on the February 14th show, I played Sorry Mama. That was the fourth release on Loma. And featured the lead singer Leola Jules. She was also the lead singer of the Lovejoys that recorded for the Tiger label. Then she became the lead singer of this group, the Apollos. And this is their third release. This one written by Billy Page, produced by Dick Glasser. We go back to April 1966. This is going out to that Apollos fan on the Loma label. It's called Pretty Red Balloons.
What a day we had, me and my baby. Now tell me, how carefree can a day be? We sang along to the hits that we know. Honest Francis
Those are the Apollos. The Apollos, that's their third release on the Loma label. April 1966, Pretty Red Balloons is the name of that one. We continue here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show for this next singer by the name of Shep. Now, there is a little bit of a mystery about this because from the information I've seen, many think this artist is Don Gardner, who has releases on this label called the TNT label, and also on the True Glowtown label, which is a subsidiary of this label. But someone said they interviewed Don Gardner a while back, and he even said it was him, but he really didn't remember the song. So, but any other people think that it possibly could be James Shepard, because he recorded as, Shep and the Limelight. So the singer on here is Shep. So who knows? Because I don't even know if one of the sides, I think you can give an argument that it sounds like Shep and the Limelight, but the other side it does not. So there's arguments either way, but either way, I think it's a cool record. I think Mark Speck likes the record too. But anyway, let's give it a spin. December 1966. This is Shep on the TNT record label. It's called I'm Sittin' In.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna sit right here tonight until everything's alright. And once again I'm holding you so tight. You can't convince me not to stay, and you can't chase this poor fool away, 'cause I'm sitting in on you, baby, until you give in to me, baby. There is nothing I'm too proud to do to keep on holding you and loving you. I've got plenty of time, I've got nothing else to do but sit here and wait for you, 'cause I can't stand being lonely and blue. If this means trouble, I don't care, 'cause I'm not going nowhere. I'm sitting in on you, baby, until you give it to me, baby. There is nothing I'd be too proud to do to keep on loving you. You tell me to think about my reputation and to think about my pride, but I'm more concerned about my present situation, trying to keep you right here by my side. I'm sitting in on you, baby, until you give in to me, baby. I'm gonna stay right here with you, baby. You can't rid of me, baby. I'm sitting here, I'm staying right here, baby. Right by your side, baby.
I agree with Richard Fox in our YouTube chat room. That doesn't sound like Shep Shepard. I think he's got like a higher voice, unless he's singing. Sometimes the guys would sing, in a different, octave, a lower octave or a higher octave. But anyway, his name is Shep. Either way, December 1966. It's on the TNT record label. It's called I'm Sittin' In. Johnny G is sitting in the chair here. We do it every Monday right here on Oldies and More Radio, and also live on the YouTube stream. So tell your friends about the YouTube stream. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you have to sign into YouTube to participate in chat, and even to subscribe too, so you can get notifications. You'll get an email when I'm on live. But let's continue here for this girl group. It's on the Verve record label. Really have no information on this group, but it was co-written and co-produced by Joe Simmons, whoever that might be. It's from April 1967. They're called the Velvetones. These are gals, the Velvetones on the Verve label. It's called What Can the Matter Be? That's a girl group called the Velvetones, April 1967. When I run the Verve record label, so that one came up for $1. One of my dealers that would sell me, dollar records. Of course, he knew that I was big into the group harmony stuff. But this kind of these later releases, this one released in April '67, he was selling them to me for $1. A couple he would kind of go up a little bit in price, but really not much. So, and they were really nice copies too, and all promos, and that's how I got that record. I don't know if it's expensive, probably not, but the Velvetones there, April '67, on the Verve record label, What Can the Matter Be? Now that Apollo's record, that one there is going out to listener Ash Bowen. He is the fan of the Apollos, so we'll send that one out to him. He's a little bit on a delay there, or he would have, he would have spoken up. But like I said, if there's any record that I'm playing that you really like the flip side, you got to let Johnny G know, and I will flip the 45 over later on at the show. When we get toward the end, we'll play all the flip sides toward the end of the show. Let's continue here, and we go back to the Bronx, or maybe this is my first time to the Bronx. For these three brothers that were members of the 1958 group The Capers that recorded for the VJ record label. I think they do like High School Diploma, and there's one other record that they do back in 58, but they were really, really small. We're going to move up to 1965 now. They were Arnold, Alfie, and Johnny Capers, and this is their second of two on the Roulette label. The other one I think is much more in demand than this side, but again, I got this record like for a song and a dance, really. But again, the interesting thing is that it was arranged by Tico Wilshire. That's what I look for on a lot of the 45 labels. But anyway, let's go to July 65 for the Caper Brothers on Roulette Records. It's called Ain't Got the Nerve.
kiss. I know the guilty baby. Girl, you know you caught my eye. I wanna kiss you, but I'm too shy. Why don't you ask her? Hey, hey, darling, darling, got to know. Hey, darling, darling, got to know. Hey, darling, darling.
They're called the Caper Brothers. The Caper Brothers there from July 1965, the second of two on Morris Levy's Roulette record label. Ain't Got the Nerve is the name of the tune. We continue now, and you all know this next singer. She had a big number one hit in 1962 with The Locomotion. Came out on the Dimension record label. Here's her ninth. Actually, this was her ninth and final release on Dimension Records. And actually, both sides of this record are pretty nice, but I decided to pick the up-tempo side. This one arranged and conducted by Charlie Colello. Let's go back to February 1965 for Little Eva. Little Eva Boyd. This is on the Dimension record label. The name of the tune is called Taking Back What I Said.
I'll never climb a mountain for you, not for you. I'll never swim the river for you, that will never do. Can't you say goodbye and you made me cry? Taking back what I said, rather be dead than to go on loving you. I'll never catch a moonbeam for you, nevermore. I'll never steal the starlight for you, baby, that's for sure. Since you made me blue and said we were through, taking back what I said, rather be dead than to go on loving you. Who else could give you all of those wonderful things? Wonderful things. But to find out what you're missing, you'll go running back to me. But I'll never try those teardrops for you, nevermore. I'll never make your cloudy sky blue, baby, that's for sure. Can't you say goodbye and you made me cry? I'm taking back what I said, rather be dead than to go on loving you. Can't you say goodbye and you made me cry? I'm taking back what I said, rather be dead than to go on loving you. I'm taking back what I said, rather be dead than to go on loving you.
B-sides here on the Vinyltreasure Show. That's Little Eva's last release on the Dimension record label from February 65. Taking Back What I Said is the name of the tune. Let's continue here on the All 60s edition for this next. Yes, Mark, you are correct. This TV film voice actor, I think he was also a talk show host and a producer, and I think, I don't know if he still is, Charlene, or maybe at the time we did the research on this, he was the president of the Screen Actors Guild, possibly. I think I remember seeing him in maybe Was he in Leave It to Beaver episodes or one of the things? But he also recorded. He was born December 21st, 1948 in Brookline, Massachusetts. Had a big number 6 Billboard hit at the age of 6 when he was in 1955. It was a Christmas novelty tune. Brian, I'm sure you have the record called Nuttin' for Christmas. Maybe you just sold that on your eBay auction, the MGM label. But he had other releases in the 1950s and 60s, and he had 2 releases in the mid-1960s on United Artists. Now, this is a tune written by Bobby Goldsboro. His name is Barry Gordon. Yes, the actor and whatever in the entertainment industry, but it's May 1965. The song is called Talk, Talk, Talk.
Talk, 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 talk about you. All day long, you know I talk, talk, talk. That's all I ever do. You know I never was loving kind, but when I saw you, you destroyed my mind. And now I talk, 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 talk about you. Dream, 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 dream about you. Dreaming all night long, you know I dream, dream, dream. That's all I ever do. No matter what I do, I just can't sleep. I count your kisses instead of counting sheep. And then I talk, 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 talk about you. Oh, I was shy, but now I'm old and it feels so nice. You lit a flame, hit a heart that was cold as ice. And now I talk, 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 talk about you. Talking all day long, you know I talk, talk, talk. That's all I ever do. There's only one way you can keep me quiet. Give me loving morning, noon, and night. Till then I'll talk, 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 talk about you. There's only one way you can keep me quiet. Just give me loving morning, noon, and night. Till then I'll talk, 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 talk about you. Let me tell you I know talk, 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 talk about you. All day long I'm gonna talk, 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 talk about you.
Yes, that's the actor Barry Gordon there, May 1965. It's on United Artists, the first of 2 on United Artists, song entitled Talk, Talk, Talk. That's what Johnny G does on Monday evenings right here on Oldies and More Radio. Babble, babble, babble is what I do, but not much babbling. But anyway, let's continue here for this next gal. She's from Brooklyn, New York, started singing at age 3. Her first release, though, was when she was 12 years old, came out on the Reprise record label. Then she had can't be 13, must be then at 13, that's better. Then at 13 she recorded for ABC Paramount Records, and she had this one a year later when she was 14 years old on Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label. Her real name was Ann Anello, but she recorded as Anne Marie, and this song was originally done back in 1954 by the Three Chuckles. They did it first, but this is going. Now we're going to move up to October 1964 for Anne Marie. This is produced by Artie Ripp, arranged by Gary Sherman. This charted number 35 on WDRC out of Hartford, Connecticut. Let's give a listen to Anne Marie on Jubilee and her rendition of the tune Run Around. I like that one there in the YouTube chat room. That's a cool cover tune. Totally different melody on that one there than the Three Chuckles version, but that's October 64. Anne Marie's her name on the Jubilee record label, her rendition of the tune Run Around. We run around with all these cool 45s on a Monday evening. Hope you're digging on the tunes here, but I can't tell you anything about this next singer, although the label's out of Fort Worth, Texas, where Bobby in Texas, how far you are... Bobby, how far away are you from Fort Worth, Texas? I don't know how far Charlene might be, but this is the Soft record label. Was owned by Major Bill Smith, and he also owned the Lee Cam record label, plus others, but this singer goes by the name of Bobby Gallant. Bobby Gallant, and it appears to be his only release. Now, this is the plug side here. It's from December 65. Let's give it a whirl here. Bobby Gallant on Soft Records. It's called I'll Kiss Away Your Tears.
I'll kiss away your tears each time he makes you cry. I'll always be around if he should say goodbye. I'll be the one to love you through the coming years, and I'll kiss away your tears. Oh, if you only knew how much you hurt me so. Each time you tell him yes, you always tell me no. I'll be your old standby when he puts you down. I'll reach and pick you up and kiss the very ground. I'll be the one to love you through the coming years, and I'll kiss away your tears. Oh, if you only knew how much you hurt me so. Each time you tell him yes, you always tell me no. I'll be your old standby when he puts you down. I'll reach and pick you up and kiss the very ground. I'll be the one to love you through the coming years, and I'll kiss away your tears.
There you go. That is Bobby Gallant. Bobby Gallant, December 1965. It's on the Soft record label. Got a bunch of records on that label. I have that rare Cavaliers record. It's not really that great, but it's just rare. That's Bobby Gallant with I'll Kiss Away Your Tears is the name of that one. Now, you all know this next gal. She's from Glasgow, Scotland. She was born Marie MacDonald McLaughlin Laurie. But she had her biggest hit in 1967 on the Epic record label, a big #1 tune for her. From the movie also, from the movie To Sir With Love, which I like that big hit, I do. But which was also the theme track to the movie, but she recorded as Lulu with her earlier releases on the Parrot record label. Actually, she was Lulu and the Lovers on that early one, which is Shout. She actually does a pretty cool rendition of Shout, and there's actually that color video for doing it, which is also pretty cool. But she had 4 for Parrot. This is her third from September 65. Give a listen to Miss Lulu here on the Parrot record label. It's called Try to Understand.
We a little patient, baby. He's nothing but a harmless flirtation, and that he can't compare with you. But it's something I don't wanna, but I gotta see through to try to understand that I love you, I love you, I love you, baby. That you're way, way, way above me, baby. It's not that you're not good to me, baby. You're even better than he looks, baby. And don't think that it's your fault, baby. 'Cause I'll always need your loving, so please stand by me and try to understand that I love you, I love you, I love you, baby. That you're way, way, way above me, baby. Gotta be a little patient, baby. It's nothing but a harmless flirtation, and he can't compare with you. But it's something I don't wanna, but I gotta see through to try to understand that I love you, I love you, I love you, baby. I love you, I love you, I love you, baby.
Yes, Santi, I have to agree with you. Very soulful sound of Lulu there. That one on the Parrot record label, lost my place here. That September 1965. That is her fourth release. That is her third of four on the Parrot label. Try to Understand is the name of the tune. Let's move on here on Vinyl Treasures for this next artist. He's from Clarksdale, Mississippi. His name is Bonnie Rice, and he was a member of the Falcons between 1963 and 1965, but he recorded as Sir Mac Rice and also has releases as Mac Rice, and first recorded for Lupine back in 1964. Then this one here is on the Blue Rock record label. I think on my January 3rd, 2022 show, I played his first release for Blue Rock, which was called Mustang Sally, and that was his biggest hit. But this was his follow-up, his second release. It was produced by Andre Williams and arranged by Dale Warren. This charted number 29 on WZUM in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's go to August 1965 for Sir Mac Rice on the Blue Rock record label. It's called When You're Down and Out.
Say that the dog, man best friend. I have nothing against the animal. I love him to the end. But when the landlord starts knocking on my door, you can't trade your dog for your rent. People, no. So keep a dollar in your pocket without a dime, oh, not try. 'Cause nobody needs you when you're down and out. Now when you're down and out, when you're down and out, nobody needs you now. When you're down and out. Show now, yes I did. We sat there hand in hand, eating popcorn galore. We were in love, but when the movie was out, we had a taste for steak.
August 1965, that's the follow-up to his Mustang Sally. That's Sir Mac Rice with When You're Down and Out. That one there is second release on the Blue Rock record label. And let's go to this gal from this Mississippi-born Mamie Davis, but then she relocated to Chicago, Illinois, signed with Dick Simon's St. Lawrence record label, and where she was working with Monk Higgins as arranger and producer. She had 3 releases on the St. Lawrence record label out of Chicago, Illinois. Let's give a listen to her second. This one written and arranged by Willie Henderson from December 1965, Mamie Galore. She also recorded as Mamie P. Galore, but on this release, she's Mamie Galore on St. Lawrence. It's called Too Many Memories.
Nothing left but memories of love that used to be. I knew it couldn't last, 'cause our love grew too fast. But I remember the fun we had, although at times we both felt sad. And I sit and reminisce about our first kiss, just sitting in the breeze. Too many memories. Used to sit and hold hands. We even made our wedding plan, but things went wrong, and suddenly he was gone. Now I'm filled with emptiness. Oh, how I miss his sweet caress. Oh, why'd he have to go? He knew I loved him so. There's nothing left for me. Too many memories. He knew I loved him so. I'm sitting in the breeze. Too many memories. I'm sitting in the breeze. Too many memories. I'm sitting in the breeze.
We'll send that one out to Andrew Turner in our YouTube chat room. That's a cool tune. I kind of reminded me a little bit of a Supremes record. I don't know, maybe the bass guitar, possibly, but that's Mamie Galore, December 65 on St. Lawrence Records. Too Many Memories is the name of that tune. She has others on a lot of different, Thomas Records, Sack label, Thomas label, Sack label, Imperial, and she does a couple of cool duets with Big D. Irwin on the Imperial label, I think it is. But anyway, she's a great singer, Miss Mamie Galore. Let's continue here for this next singer that started recording back in 1958. My 50s listeners would be familiar with the group. I think I featured the Gainers last Saturday night out of Philadelphia. Had releases on Red Top, and I've played one. I think it was The Secret I played on the Cameo label last Saturday. But he has others on Mercury and Tally-Ho, his group, the Gainers. And in 1963, had a big number 4 national hit with his group, the Enchanters on United Artists. I'm sure many of you know the song Cry Baby, that killer ballad, gospel-sounding ballad that he does. But in all, 11 releases on United Artists. This is his 10th. I think this record, Mark, is it, and Andrew, correct me, is this an in-demand record for a lot of the Northern collectors? But this tune, written and produced by Jerry Ragavoy, arranged by Gary Sherman. This charted number 41 on WQTV in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Let's go back to October 1965 and give a listen to Garnet Mimms. Garnet Mimms on the United Artists record label. It's called Looking for a Love.
Looking for you, everywhere, I miss the touch of your fingertips, the burning fire of your sweet lips. How can I go on like this? Baby, I need you.
Looking for you everywhere.
Since the day you left me, I'm fighting lonely memories, thinking how it used to be.
Baby, I need you.
I stopped in places we used to go, ask if they seen you well, nobody knows. I look for you up and down the street.
Baby, I need you.
That's why I'm
Looking for you everywhere.
There's a pain inside of me, 'cause I need you so desperately. I want more than memory.
Baby, I need you. Baby, I need you.
That's why I'm
Looking for you everywhere.
That's why I'm
Looking for you
baby,
everywhere.
October 65 release there for Mr. Garnet Mimms, an in-demand 45 there on United Artists Records. Looking for Love is the name of the tune. If you're looking for 60s music, tune in to Oldies and More Radio every Monday night from 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also live on YouTube. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. We continue here for this next gal. She was the queen of Motown, and when she signed with Motown, and in retrospect, when she left Motown, it probably was her biggest mistake. But again, I think she was looking for bigger and better things to do, and whatever the disagreement was with Berry Gordy Jr. was unfortunate, because she really has some nice records on Motown, but she has also had nice records on 20th Century Fox. And probably of all the records, I like the most of them on the Atco record label, and this is one on Atco Records. It's her second of 4 on Atco. This was written by Gerald Sims. Gerald Sims, I think he was a member of the Daylighters, if I'm not mistaken, and they do a cool record called Cool Breeze on Tip Top. But this one produced by Carl Davis. This is from June 65. Let's give a listen to Mary Wells. Mary Wells on the Atco record label. It's called Keep Me in Suspense.
suspense, boy. You keep
That's the second of four from Miss Mary Wells. That one there on the Atlantic label, Atco label. Atlantic's a parent, Atco's a subsidiary. Keep Me in Suspense. That one there from June 1965. Well, Johnny G's not going to keep you in suspense anymore. This is the last show. No, I'm only kidding. It's not, Johnny. The suspense is that my official retirement date will be May 6th. May 6th, I have to drive into Newark, and I'll be returning my PC and my two PC screens there, monitors, and any other paraphernalia that I have that belongs to the company. And I'll be off, though, 2 weeks prior to that. So how I'm working out, they got some stuff they need me to do, so I either gotta transition my job to some people or write some stuff down. So that's going to be happening within the next 2 months. So that is my official date. I decided that I really need to help my manager there. I really couldn't leave them high and dry. But anyway, so I'm not keeping you in suspense anymore. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, we go to Houston, Texas for this next group. And they formed while they were attending M.R. Woods High School in Sugar Land, Texas. Bobby, where is Sugar Land, Texas? I don't know where that is. And after high school, they relocated to Los Angeles, California, hoping to find fame and fortune, where they were introduced to Eddie Davis. Eddie Davis, he owned the Rampart record label. You know, that's the label that Cannibal and the Headhunters had, Land of a Thousand Dances, which is a big hit for that group. But he signed them, and they had 4 singles on Rampart record label. Let's give a listen to their fourth. This one here, actually this is their third, not their fourth. Their third release, it's from February 1968. They're called The Four Tempos. The Four Tempos on the Rampart label. It's called This Is the Way I Feel. Those are Johnny G getting caught here. Those are Those are the Four Tempos. The Four Tempos from February 1968. That's their third release, on the third of four on the Rampart record label. This is the Way I Feel is the name of the tune. Johnny G feeling giddy tonight. That's what I'm feeling as I'm getting all these messages here. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We got a girl group up next. A girl group from Montclair, New Jersey. They are Carol Williams, Barbara Vaught, Florence Washington. Collectively, they were known as the Geminis, and this tune written by Anthony Cotto and Larry Banks. Larry Banks, he was a member of the Four Fellows that recorded for the Specialty label back in the 1950s, and this is a request for Peter Schreiber. Peter Schreiber, who was laying on his couch watching Johnny G on his ITV. So you got to say hello to Peter Schreiber there. And this charted number 33 on WMCA here in New York City. This is their first release on RCA, their first of three from April 66, going out to Peter. Give a listen to the Geminis. The Geminis on RCA. It's called No More. Wait, no, it's called no. No, it's called Get It On. It's called Get It On Home. That's the wrong title.
Though I know my love is true, being without you just won't do. Picture postcard, talking on the phone, don't quite make it when I'm alone. Oh, I need you to hold me tight. I can make it in the daytime, but oh, 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 the lonely night. I think you better get it on home now. Get it on home now. Get it on home. You better get home. I tell you, my love is strong, and up till now I've done no wrong. If I should weaken, it can't be denied. I think you should know how hard I've tried. Oh, I need you to comfort me. Though I said I'd wait forever. Oh, 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 the agony. I think you better get it on home now. Get it on home now. Get it on home. You better get home.
That's going out to Peter Schreiber, who is watching Johnny G. It wasn't the couch, it was the recliner, he said. Okay, Peter, on the recliner. That's cool. Anyways, you can see Johnny G. I'm a TV star now. But anyway, those are the Geminis. Geminis from April 1966. Is that their yes, that's their first release, their first of three on the RCA record label. Song entitled Get It on home. They left out the now, but that's what they were saying. Those are the Geminis. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Here's a B-side of a 45 that my aunt purchased. My aunt bought this 45 when it was released. She used to play this great group from originally they're from Harvey, Illinois. So many great records they recorded on Vivian Carter's VJ record label back in the 1950s. Then they moved into soul recordings on the Argo and Cadet record label, plus other labels, by the way. But here's the B-side to a re-recorded hit that they had. I'm talking about the Dells, of course, but they re-released their tune, Oh What a Night. So it first came out in 1956 and was a big R&B hit then, and they re-recorded it in 1969, and it became a big #1 R&B hit for them again, and a big #10 Billboard pop chart hit. But let's give a listen to the B-side, and this was also on an LP. I have the LP. Maybe some of you have the Cadet LP. It's called Always Together, which, by the way, was a single that they did on Cadet. But anyway, let's go back to July 1969. You're going to flip over that 6 minute and 10-second Oh What a Night, and you get this cool flip side by the Dells on Cadet Records. It's called Believe Me. I'm going to send this one out in memory of my Aunt Mary. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's the flip side of the second release of Oh What a Night by the Dells, song entitled Believe Me, July 1969 on the Cadet record label. Believe me, that is a styrene press. I was contemplating to play the styrene or the vinyl, and I'm like, I was caught between a rock and a hard place because some of that, the fidelity really wasn't the greatest, but it was better sounding than the vinyl copy that I wore out. That was her copy. But I got other copies floating around somewhere. Such a great two-sided 45. Johnny G here spinning original vinyl 45s. Let's continue now. It's the All 60s edition. Those of you watching Johnny G on YouTube and listening in on Oldies and More Radio, the lead singer of this next girl group, she was first the lead singer of a group called Barbara J. and the Silver Slippers, recorded for Les K Records back in 1961. But when they signed with Brunswick Records, the group changed their name to the Sweethearts. I think that might have been 1965 or so. But then when they changed their name one more time, when they signed with Trade Martin's Toot record label, and they became the Lovables. They had 4 releases on the Toot label. Let's give a listen to their second. This features Barbara Sullivan on lead. This one written, produced, and arranged by the label owner, that being Trade Martin. This one from August 1967. These are the Lovables on Toot Records. It's called Just Beyond My Fingertips. We can't do that. Can't do that. There. That's the sound of the Lovables here on the All 60s edition. August 1967, that's the second of 4 on a Trade Martin's Toot record label, Just Beyond My Fingertips. It just rings in my head, where did our love go? Kind of that kind of beat there that Trade Martin probably picked up on because he wrote that tune. Let's continue here on the All 60s edition. And here's a request. I found one of your requests, Warren. I'm going going to find the other two, that is for sure. But this is a request for Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room as we head out to Los Angeles, California. We go to Sid Talmadge's Highland record label. You know Highland Records. I'm sure many of you are familiar with a song called Angel Baby by Rosie and the Originals, but that was at the start of the label back in 1960 or early 61. But later on in the mid-1960s, a lot of cool soul records and other things that came out, even garage on the Highland label. So Sid Talmadge, a very well-known label, by the way. But this artist goes by the name of Chris Ray, and he wrote and produced this song. And this at one time was a big record on the soul scene. When I got my I think it's gone down in price because I bought mine from Barry Saltz when he sold me this a long, long time ago. But it's the first of two for Chris May. This is going out to Warren Russell, September 66. Chris May on the Highland record label. It's called Hey Baby, parentheses, Come On Home, for Warren.
Hey baby, hey baby, hey baby, I need you so much, girl. I miss your touch now. I love you so much, yeah. Girl, won't you come on home? 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 Hey, hey. Won't you come on home? Won't you come on home? Yeah. Come on home. Hey, baby. The way that you hold me now, the way that you kiss me now, the way you thrill me, yeah. Girl, won't you come on home? 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 Hey, hey. Won't you come on home? Won't you come on home? Yeah. That night we spent together underneath that big bright moon. I can't stand these days without you. I'm so lonely and blue. Hey baby, won't you hear my plea? Yeah. I'm down on my knees, girl. Child, I'm begging you, please now. Hey, won't you come on home? Won't you come on home? Won't you come on home? Hey, won't you come on home? I'm begging you, baby. Won't you come on home? Yeah. Hey, won't you come on home? Won't you come on home? Hey, hey. Won't you come on home? Yeah. Hey, make yourself come on home. Yeah, yeah. Won't you come on home? Hey, won't you come on home?
That's the first of two for Mr. Chris May, September 1966 on the Highland record banner. Hey baby, parentheses, come on home. That is by request for Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. Let's continue now, and we go back to Philadelphia for this gal. Her name is Joan Capitola, but she recorded as Dawn, and this is her first release. Oh, I should say her first release came out on the Mercury label in 1964. It was a duet as Billy and Dawn, and Billy was Billy Carlucci of Billy and the Essentials. Now, Billy was instrumental with writing and producing her later releases, and he went under the name Billy Carl. So if you see that one on the record label, that's really Billy Carlucci of Billy and the Essentials, and he produced this one for her. This is from March of 66. Let's give a listen to Dawn, a.k.a. Joan Capitola on ABC Paramount Records. It's called Babies Gone Away. This turntable here is giving me a problem.
Baby's gone away, gone away.
Whoa, baby's gone away.
Baby's gone away, gone away.
Whoa, baby's gone away. How I miss the way he saw me time. The times he walked me home and kissed me goodnight. Why did he have to go? Do you really miss him so?
Her name is Dawn. Dawn is her name. March 1966, release on the ABC Paramount record label. Song entitled Baby's Gone Away. Johnny G not going away, not till at least 11 o'clock. You know, we do a little bit of overtime here on the Monday night All 60s and More show. But let's do a twin spin. Twin spin on ABC Paramount Records, and really can't tell you much about this artist, but really what caught my eye were two things on this. Of course, when I see records arranged and conducted by Johnny Pate, that's an automatic buy. And the second thing was in the writer credit here, I saw H. Guyton. And now H. Guyton is Howie Guyton. Now Howie Guyton, he was the lead singer of the 1950s group The Pearls. So those were two things that I said, well, I got to get this record. And I didn't pay a lot for it. I think I paid $6 at the time. I saw it in the guy's box. I don't know if it's an expensive 45 or not, but I like the tune. Actually, both sides of this 45 are excellent in my opinion. But let's go back to July of 1965 for Mr. Rick Lovejoy. Rick Lovejoy on the ABC Paramount record label. It's called Don't Leave Me Behind.
Darling, don't you ever leave me behind. Darling, don't you ever, oh no, be so unkind. Don't put me on the shelf. Don't make me feel better by myself. Baby, please won't you come back home? Don't you ever tear us apart, because it would only break my lonely heart. Don't don't leave me behind.
That's July 65 release there for Rick Lovejoy. Rick Lovejoy on the ABC Paramount record label. Don't Leave Me Behind is the name of the tune. They're telling me that record goes for a lot of money. Anyway, maybe like 100 times more than I paid for the record. Well, you know, you win some and you lose some. You know, Johnny G, I have purchased some 45s, you know, that are four figures, and I go to the, well, I don't want, some other people know what I'll spend on a 45, but anyway, I didn't spend a lot on that one. But let's continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, and here is a gal originally from Boston, Massachusetts. I featured one of her records not too long ago, I think on Challenge, but she was also known as the Dr. Pepper Girl. She used to do all those cool Dr. Pepper commercials, and she's also on those beach blanket bingo movies. At least she would be there singing in the background. She didn't really have a big part. It was always Annette and Frankie that had the big parts, and Moondoggy and all those other guys. But anyway, her real name was Donna, Donna Zucker. Donna Zucker was her name. But she had a number of releases on the Capitol record label. And this one, again, when I look at these records here, another name that I always purchase, H.B. Barnum. So he produced this record and arranged it. This charted regionally. This was number 32 on WTLK in Taylorsville, North Carolina. We go back to December 1964 for Miss Donna Lauren. Donna Lauren on Capitol Records. It's called 10 Good Reasons. See, this turntable is either not level.
Oh, there's 10 good reasons why I won't sleep tonight. 10 good reasons why I won't sleep tonight. 1. I saw you walking with her. 2. You were holding her hand. 3. I saw you talking with her. 4. You were feeling just grand. 5. And then you stopped, and my heart stopped too. I saw her kissing you. I followed you down the street, arm in arm, you look so well. You had no thought about me. When you left, I could tell. When I got home, I knew that I'd stay away. I never knew such heartache. Oh, there's 10 good reasons why I won't sleep tonight. 10 good reasons why I won't sleep tonight.
That's Miss Donna Lauren. Donna Lauren from December 64 on the Capitol label. 10 Good Reasons is the name of the tune. John G can give you 10 good reasons to tune in to the All 60s edition of the Vinyltreasure Show. We're on here, Oldies and More Radio, from 8 to 11 p.m. Monday evenings. Tell your friends. Also, you can watch Johnny G on the YouTube stream. It also gets archived. Thank you, those of you that go to my archives. I know a lot of people are doing things and working. Same thing with my Saturday night show. I get so many people that go to the archive and tune in, and they email me with their comments about the show. If you have any comments, you can send them to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Let's continue here. Now, I did a test show. It must have been a couple weeks ago, maybe last week or the week before, and a listener that tuned into that show, he goes under the name of Popcorn Oldies, but his name is Andrew. He asked if I would play this song all the way through. I did it on the test show. It was a pretty cool tune by this artist by the name of Eddie Gray. And I have no information about this singer, but it came out on the Vim label. I have a number of releases on Vim Records, which stands for Variety in Music. But it's a song that he wrote, and we're going to send this one out to Andrew of Pop with Popcorn Oldies. That's his name. It's 1965, Eddie Gray on Vim. It's called Let Me Hold Your Hand.
Come on, baby, come on home. Listen to me, baby, now I'm all alone. Come on, baby, come on, baby, let me hold your hand. Let me hold your hand. Little girl, you're my world. Come on home, where you belong. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let me hold your hand. Let me hold your hand. Yeah, yeah, you know I love you, baby. Yeah, yeah. But no one above you. Why do you do me this way? Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on, darling, now. Come on home, because you know I love you, yes, I love you, yeah, 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 yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let me hold your hand. Let me hold your hand. Every night, girl, when I'm all alone, there's no one that, girl, that I can call my own. Hey, come on, baby, yeah. Come on, baby, now. Come on, baby, yeah, 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 now. Hey, now.
That's a request for Andrew Andrew of Popcorn Oldies. He left a message on my YouTube page there to play this Eddie Gray from 1965. It's on the Vim record label, a song he wrote called Let Me Hold Your Hand. As we continue here, we go back to Philadelphia now to Harry Finfer's Arlen record label. This is female lead with male backing, but not much known about this group called The Buttons. I think there are also presses that come out as the DGs, which I have never seen. I think 45 Cat has a picture of the DGs, but this later came out in 1964 on the Extra label as Cecilia Moore, who I think is the lead singer on this. I'm going to play the original. And there is definitely, it's the same recording on the Extra label, but it's like they drown out the group in the back and they kind of put her up front. Here the group is, I think, more pronounced, and I would take if this is, and it's kind of weird because it's the same record number and everything is exactly the same. The print is not the same, but it's the same song, the same matrix numbers, except that these, they're called The Buttons here, and they're called Cecilia Moore, and it sounds a little different, like they played around with it. So I'll play a little bit of it, but let's give a listen to the whole song here from February 63. These are The Buttons on Arlen. It's called You Set My Soul on Fire.
I remember the time when your lips met mine. I felt divine, and on that very day, I gave my heart away because I love you. You set my soul on fire. Your arms around me tight, and everything will be alright because I love you. You set my soul on fire. Ooh. When we first met the other day, I knew that love had come my way. You told me that you loved me so, I knew I'd never let you go. I remember the time when your lips met mine. Well, baby, I felt divine, and on that day, I gave my heart away because I love you. You set my soul on fire.
February 63 release there. They're called The Buttons. The Buttons on the Arlen record label. You Set My Soul on Fire is the name of the tune. That also comes out as the DCs, D-E-E-C-E-E-S. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, they re-released this record as by Cecilia Moore. Of course, when I bought it the second time around, I didn't know I had it already. But anyway, listen to how this sounds, because the group was in the front there. They're not in the front here. They're like way in the background. So we'll play this record again here. Listen.
I remember the time when your lips met mine.
They're almost existent. They took them out. So they kind of like erase the group sort of in that one there. So they kind of on that. So that is the re-release of it. But it's kind of like you're missing the group, and maybe if you don't want it with the group, you can buy that. I don't know what this sells for. Maybe it sells for about $50 or so. But that one's on the Extra label. I played it on the Arlen label. That's the original from February '63. I think this one came out a year later, 1964. Let's continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, and here this is a request for listener Daniel Kubacki for this singer from Washington, D.C. His name was James Raymond, started out as Little Jimmy Ray in 1959 on the Gallant label back in 1960, well maybe 1959, and then in 1961 he signed with Caprice Records and released his biggest hit right out of the box. I'm sure many of you might know the tune If You Gotta Make a Fool of Somebody, but in 1962 he also recorded the original version of I've Got My Mind Set on You. That was later a big hit for George Harrison, I think, a number one hit for George Harrison. But let's give a listen to his second of three, and this is a request for Daniel Kubacki, and it was his follow-up to If You Gotta Make a Fool of Somebody. It came out in March of 1962. Tune written by Rudy Clark. This charted number 41 on Billboard, was a big number 5 record on KRUX out of Phoenix, Arizona. So this is by request for Daniel, March 62, James Ray on Caprice. It's called Itty Bitty Pieces for Daniel.
You're breaking me up, and I don't mean maybe into
Little itty bitty pieces, baby. First you promise me your love and then you don't stick to it. When I'm floating on a cloud you put a hole right through it. Then you say you're gonna fill me and you just don't do it. Let me tell you how my mind's reacting to it. I'm about to go to pieces, go to pieces, go to pieces. Oh, you're waking me up, and I don't mean maybe into little itty bitty pieces, baby. When your kisses start to getting good, that's when you end it. When you know how much on you, my dear, my love depended. Now I've got to take some pills with tranquilizers in it. That is what my family doctor recommended. I'm about to go to pieces, go to pieces, go to pieces. Whoa, you're breaking me up, and I don't mean maybe into little itty bitty pieces, baby. Now today you want my love, tomorrow you don't want it. When you know I'm mad about you and you play upon it. It's been a long, long time since I have waited on it. Don't you know how much I need you, doggone it. I'm about to go to pieces, go to pieces, go to pieces. Oh, you're breaking me up, and I don't mean maybe into little itty bitty pieces, baby.
As by request for Daniel Kubacki, that's Mr. James Ray. James Ray, his second release on the Caprice record label, March 1962, Itty Bitty Pieces is the name of the tune. And it was on he has, I think, other releases that came out on Congress Records also. But the sad thing that happened to, very, very sad, what happened to Mr. James Ray, because he was addicted to drugs, and he was only 22 years old when he died of a drug overdose in 1963. And he had a very bright recording career beginning, and unfortunately never was able to complete it. He was only 22, but he was addicted to drugs for years, even before when he was recording, and he tried to get off it, but he couldn't, and it just was his demise. But we remember him here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Let's continue now. Now, my February 19th, 2022 show, I closed the show with the flip side of this girl group out of Detroit. They were called the Young Sisters. I think Mady requested the song. It was called My Guy, and it featured Patty Masiglia on lead. And I think it was Daryl Letts that requested the A side of the 45. So Mady requested the B side, Daryl requested the A side, and this charted regionally. This was a number 6 record on KCRG in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So we're going to send this one out to Daryl, who's missing tonight. He's going to listen to the archive, that is for sure. But this is from August 62, the Young Sisters on Twirl Records. They're out of Detroit. It's called Casanova Brown for Daryl.
Comes to sweet talking, you're a sensation, but everyone knows about your heartbreaking reputation. Because you run around the town, giving every pretty girl the eye. And when some sincere girl gives you her heart, you know you'll only make her cry. Casanova Brown, Casanova Brown. You say you want me to be your girl. You tell me I'm always on your mind. And for the moment, you sound so sweet and kind. But I know no one can tame you down. Casanova Brown, Casanova Brown. I know you're saying to yourself, I'm like all the rest, except I'm playing so hard to get. But just wait and see, you never, never conquer me. 'Cause in your heart I know you wanna be free. That's why you run around the town, giving every pretty girl the eye. And when some sincere girl gives you her heart, you know you'll only make her cry. Casanova Brown, Casanova Brown, Casanova Brown.
As going out to Daryl Letts, those are the Young Sisters, August 1962 on Twirl Records. They're out of Detroit, Michigan, song entitled Casanova Brown. Johnny G's your Casanova DJ every Monday night from 8 to 11 p.m. right here on Oldies and More Radio. We continue here for this trio of brothers, originally from Illinois, but they settled in Los Angeles, California. They go by the name of Lanny, Charles, and Robert Duncan. Now, two of the brothers, Lanny and Robert, wrote this tune, plus others that they wrote. If you're familiar with a tune called Let's Go by the Routers on Warner Brothers Records, they wrote that tune, just one of the many that they have. But Lanny also had some solo releases in the early 1960s on the Candix label. But this is the second of two they recorded for Capitol Records. We go back to July of 1966 for the Duncan Brothers. The Duncan Brothers on Capitol Records, and their tune is called Make Me What You Want Me to Be. The Duncan Brothers.
Make me what you want me to be. Make me what you want me to be. Doesn't take much, just a simple touch from your hand. Baby, baby, I look in your eyes and suddenly I understand that it's the warmth of your charms when you're in my arms that make me feel this way. Love me, take me, love me, take me, make me what you want me to be. Make me what you want me to be. My head's in the clouds, I feel like I'm walking on air. Baby, baby, this happens to me every time that you're near. 'Cause you do something to me. You do something to me. Love me, take me, love me, take me. I'm yours, heart and soul, to have and to hold. I'm just a string around your finger, clay to hold in your hand. And here I stand. Love me, take me, love me, take me. Make me what you want me to be. Make me what you want me to be. Make me what you want me to be. Love me, take me. Make me what you want me to be. Love me, take me. Come on, make me what you want me to be. Love me, take me. Please make me what you want me to. Love me, take me. Make me what you want me to.
We'll send that one out to Sugar Bear Sterling in the YouTube chat room. He likes that tune by the Duncan Brothers, July 1966. The second of two on the Capitol record label. Make Me What You Want Me to Be is the name of the tune. Let's continue here. Let's go to give a listen to this gal from what is it? Lansdale, Pennsylvania. She was born Margaret Anna Marie Batavio, but we all know her as Little Peggy March. She had a big #1 hit in 1963 with a song called I Will Follow Him, but she never ever scored that same success. She had, at least nationally she didn't, but she had lots of releases on the RCA label between 1962 and 1969. Let's give a listen to her, the B-side to her 9th release for RCA Records. This one arranged by Gary Sherman from August 64. She wasn't little at the time anymore. Maybe she was big. I don't know. But her name is Peggy March here on RCA Records. It's called Only You Could Do That to My Heart.
Though we've only met tonight, it's true, I know I waited all my life for you, only you. When I was kissed before, the music wouldn't start, only you. Only you could do that to my heart. They would hold my hand
August 64 release there for Peggy March. That's her 9th release on the RCA record label. Only You Could Do That to My Heart. That is definitely the case as we continue here on the All 60s edition. Can't tell you much about this next group. They have this lone release on the Parrot record label. It says Vim Records here, but it's Parrot Records. And this is from April of 1968. They got an oddball name. They're called it's not even the. Oh, yes, it is the. They're called The Maddening Crowd. What a name. The Maddening Crowd from April 68. This is on the Parrot label. It's called Happy Days.
Happy days are the days that I spend with you. Oh, I love you. I want you to know. Happy days, only bright sunshine and flowers, never raining, not a cloud inside. When I'm with you, baby, it seems I'm walking on air. When we kiss, yeah, I don't have a single care. Happy days, just love me forever, baby, and I'll keep you for the rest of my life. Days are those days that I'll spend with you. Everything will be alright. When I'm with you, baby, it seems I'm walking on out. When we kiss, oh yeah, I don't have a single care.
Yes, Happy Days is the name of the tune. Those are the Maddening Crowd. April 1968. That's on the, it says Vim, Charlene. We got to change that. It's on the Parrot record label. Happy Days is the name of the tune. Johnny G's going to get Happy Days after May 6th. That is for sure. Let's continue here for this female trio out of Washington, D.C. They were formed by lead singer Francine Barker, a.k.a. Francine Herb. Now, she was the original Peaches of Peaches and Herb, and along with Diane Stewart and Nancy J. Johnson. They called themselves the Darlettes, and they had this release on the Myra record label. It was written and produced by Van McCoy. That is another name. You see Van McCoy on the label, you buy the 45. This is from August 1965. Give a listen to the Darlettes. The Darlettes on the Myra record label. The song is called Lost.
I'm so used to being with you, I just don't know how I'm gonna make it now that you and I are through. I just don't know whether I can take it. All the things we used to do seem so useless without you. I'm lost, lost without your love. Now my tears are falling like
Those are the Darlettes. The Darlettes from August 1965. That's on the Mira. That's how you pronounce that. Not Myra, Mira, M-I-R-A, Mira Records. Song entitled Lost. And in 1966, right after this release, they would change their name to The Sweet Things and record on the Date label. And of course, later on, it was Francine Hurd that became Peaches of Peaches and Herb, they got a lot of great records on the Date record label. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show for this next artist from Forest City, Arkansas, and he relocated to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Now in high school he formed his group called Al Green and the Soulmates, and two of the group members, Palmer James and Curtis Rogers, formed this label called Hotline. Actually, it's called Hotline Music Journal. That is the name of the label. And their first release was a song called Backup Train. Came out in 1967, but they did two more on the label. This is the second, and this charted number 31 on WJLD in Fairfield, Alabama. We go to April of 1968 for Al Green. I think, are they mentioned on here? No, it's mentioned on the first release, but it just says Al Green on this. Of course, this is the same Al Green that in the 1970s had all those cool records on the High record label that I bought when they came out. And but I didn't buy this one because I wasn't yet in the record stores yet. But it's April 68, Al Green on Hotline. It's called Get Yourself Together. Johnny G, get yourself together.
Baby, get yourself together. Let's love one another. Baby, get yourself together. Let's stop teasing one another. 'Cause time is much too short to be worried. Oh yeah, look now, baby, get yourself together. Let's please one another. Baby, pull yourself together, stay close. Come on and show me your lover. 'Cause time is much too slow to be playing. Oh yeah, look, come on. Play your part now. Don't stop, give and steady action. 'Cause time is to be wasting. Come on, baby, get yourself together. Let's soothe one another, baby. Look in my direction, I need all of your loving and affection. 'Cause time to be baby, get yourself together, darling. You know I need. Give me some soul, man. Oh yeah, yeah. Can't stand it.
That's Mr. Al Green. Al Green from April 68 on the Hotline. It's actually Hotline Music Journal label. It's kind of an odd-looking label. Looks like a newspaper, kind of. But Al Green there, get yourself together. John G getting himself together here on a Monday evening. Let's continue now. Let's go to New Orleans, Louisiana for this girl group here. Now, this record first came out on the local Tune Kel label, which was out of New Orleans. It was then picked up nationally by Capitol Records. And the interesting thing on this record is that it was arranged by Sax Carey. I see him, that band leader, played on a lot of records up Chicago way back in the 1950s. But the lead singer on this, her name is Francine King. This is from April 68. Give a listen to the Hollywood Jills. The Hollywood Jills, like the name, Jill. The Hollywood Jills on Capitol. It's called A Good Thing, Baby.
Keep it as long as you can, 'cause this love is all you got. And if you lose it, you'll surely lose a lot. You lose a good thing, baby. I'm telling you, you lose a lot. I'm warning you, a good thing, baby. 'Cause this love is all you got. Some people say we make mistakes and mess up the love we had. See this love that you have, you better keep it as long as you can. You lose a good thing, baby. I'm telling you, you lose a lot. I'm warning you, a good thing, baby. 'Cause this love is all you got. Do what I ask and nothing else, and then our love will be fine. You're gonna make the same mistakes. You're gonna need someone that's just my kind. You lose a good thing, baby. I'm telling you, you lose a lot. I'm warning you, a good thing, baby. 'Cause this love is all you got. A good thing, yeah, baby, good thing, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby.
They're called the Hollywood Jills. Hollywood Jills from April 68. That one on the Capitol record label. That is the second label, originally on the, what did I say? It was on the Tune Kel. Yeah, Tune Kel Records. That's A Good Thing, Baby is the name of the tune. Hopefully you're hearing some good things tonight. Things that maybe you've heard for the first time that you may like. That is always important. Or things that you may know that you like. That is the important thing. Maybe you'll like this next tune by this singer from, is it Simsport, Louisiana? I guess we stay down Louisiana way. But he moved to Oakland back in 1959. He started singing with a group called the Golden Tones, recorded for the Hush record label. And he had his first solo release in 1960 on that label, which I do have, by the way. But his biggest hits were in the late 1960s and early 70s. Songs like The Choking Kind, that was on this label, Soundstage 7, and had lots of releases on Spring Records. Those were records that I purchased when they came out, like Drowning in the Sea of Love and Power of Love. But I think that was 72 when I was buying those 45s. But here's his fifth of 17 on the Soundstage 7 record label. This charted number 21 on KCOH out of Houston, Texas. Let's go back to August 1967. Give a listen to Joe Simon. Joe Simon on Soundstage 7. It's called The Girl's All Right With Me.
Just have to sweeter than honey from a bee. I tell you, girl, it's alright with me. You just have to accept it. She appeals to me. As long as she says she loves me and satisfies my need, I can't be responsible if you don't get along. It's the way that she treats me. It makes my heart sing a song. The girl's alright with me. You know that the girl's alright with me. 'Cause she's kind and gentle, so lovable, sweeter than honey from a bee. The girl's alright with me. You know that the girl's alright with me. I can say it again. I know she's alright.
That's Mr. Joe Simon. Joe Simon there from August 1967. That his fifth release, fifth of 17 on Soundstage 7. The Girl's All Right With Me is the name of that tune. Yes, Andrew, I agree. Lots of great records by Joe Simon on on this label, Soundstage 7, also Spring Records. Let's stay down in Louisiana, Shreveport, Louisiana, for this gal, and she recorded two that came out on the Mirko record label. Let's give a listen to her second, and this one's from June of 1968. Her name is Dory Grayson. Dory Grayson, this is on Mirko Records. It's called Never Let Go. Dory Grayson.
Just one quick kiss, it led to another. I didn't mean to let it go farther. Then I began to understand. Oh, that I wanted was to be my man. Then I wanted him, I needed him to love me so. The one sweet kiss I knew would never let go. No. Just one quick kiss, that's how I started. I didn't mean to end up broken hearted. That's when he took me by his side. No, that's when he asked me to be his bride. Then I wanted him, I needed him to love me so. With one sweet kiss I knew we never let go. No. Way in the end, it didn't happen like I thought it would. One quick kiss and I never could. Just one quick kiss, it led to another. I didn't mean to let it go farther. Then I began to understand. Oh, that he wanted was to be my man. Then I wanted him, I needed him to love me so. With one quick kiss I knew never let go, no. We 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 never let go.
That's Ms. Dory Grayson. Dory Grayson on the Mirko record label. That's her second release from June 1968. Never Let Go is the name of that tune. Let's continue here. Let's go to Berry Gordy Jr.'s Soul record label. We go back up to Detroit, Michigan for a group called The Monitors. They had two releases on the VIP record label. Actually, this is This is off the album Greetings, We Are the Monitors. I don't know if that was on Motown or came out on VIP, but I think this is probably a B-side. I don't think this is the A-side because Charlene doesn't have any chart action on this, but it came out in August of 1968, and Richard Street, he's the lead singer on this. These are the Monitors on Soul Records. It's called Time is Passing By, the Monitors. That's the sound of Motown here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. Those are the Monitors, August 1968. That's on the Soul label, Berry Gordy's Soul record label. Time is Passing By. Yes, it is. And we continue now for this next singer. She was the lead singer of a late 1950s girl group called the Clickettes, recorded for the Dice record label, I think beginning in 1958. Also, she was the lead singer of the Fashions. Later on the Fashions, recorded, I think, for Roulette Records and a couple other labels also. Elmore, I think, was another one. But she embarked on a solo career in 1964, and this was her debut single as a soloist, the first of two on the Reprise record label. I'm talking about Miss Barbara English. Both sides of this record are pretty nice. This is Barbara English from July 1964. This is on the Reprise record label. Her tune is called I've Got a Date.
I've got a
That's Miss Barbara English there. That's her debut solo release on the Reprise record label, the first of two from July 64. It's called I Got a Date. I had a date with Barbara last Monday, probably our first date in a couple of years. I went for some pizza. We found a place to go, so we're going to be going on another date soon, or many dates soon again. Let's continue here on the All 60s edition. We go back to Houston, Texas for this artist. You know him. He's Mr. Johnny Nash. Started recording back in 1956 for ABC Paramount Records. Had a couple of national #1 smash hits. 1968 for the Jad label, Hold Me Tight was one of them. My aunt bought that 45 when it came out, and I bought the second one, I Can See Clearly Now, on Epic in 1972. But here's one on the MGM record label that should have been a hit. Was produced by Mickey Stevenson. This one released in September of 1967. Let's give a listen to Mr. Johnny Nash. Johnny Nash on MGM. It's called, in parentheses, I'm so, then it's Glad You're My Baby. Johnny Nash.
A man's got to try and make his own way. He's got to face this hungry world every day. Yeah. But if he's got a sweet woman by his side, life ain't so hard. That is why I'm so glad. Yes, I am. I'm so glad you're my baby. I'm so glad you're my baby. And I'm never gonna let you go. No, no. Darling, you bring me sunshine every day. Yes, you do, baby. You brighten my life in every way. Oh, just loving you thrills me, so I have to take you in my arms and let you know that I'm so glad. Yeah, yeah. So glad, so glad. I'm so glad you're my baby, and I'm never gonna let you go. You know, loving a sweet girl like you makes it all worthwhile. Yeah. And I know that no matter what happens, no matter what troubles come my way, I can face them all with a smile. And listen, baby, oh, I've got to keep you satisfied, 'cause I've got to keep you by my side. And I'm so glad, oh yeah, I'm so glad you're my baby. Deep down inside, I'm glad, and I'm never gonna let you go. Now everybody help me say yeah. Say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh-wee. I'm so glad, so glad, so glad, so glad you're my baby. I'm so glad, so glad, deep down in my soul, baby.
That is a cool record by Johnny Nash there, September 1967 on MGM Records. I'm so glad you're my baby, as we wind down here on the All 60s edition. Let's go back to Philadelphia, PA for the very last single for the Orlons on the Cameo record label. They had some big hits. I mean, they really scored well for Cameo Records. The Wawa 2C, Don't Hang Up, South Street, so many others. But their last national charted song was a tune called Knock Knock Who's There. there, which I like, and I also like the flip side, a song called Going Places. That was in September of 1964, but this was their final single on the Cameo label, came out in October of 1965, and it charted regionally. It was a number 46 record on WJMO out of Cleveland, Ohio. Now, this tune written by singer Barrett Strong. He wrote this tune. Let's go back to October 65. These are the Orlons on the Cameo label. It's called No Love But Your Love. The Orlons.
No love but your love. No love but your love. So sweetly you kiss me whenever you're near. Whenever you're near. Sweet words you whisper softly in my ear. In my ear. You're so dear. You're so dear. No love but your love. No love but your love. No love but your love satisfies me. Your lips are so tender and warm. Your eyes have their glow. I choke up inside when you're near. I love you so. I won't let you go. No, no, no. No love but your love. No love but your love. No love but your love satisfies me. No love but your love. No love but your love satisfies me. When we met, I knew from the start you would steal my heart. Infatuation, this couldn't be. I can plainly see. With you, I will always, always be. Oh no, no love but your love. Oh no, no love but your love.
Those are the Orlons there. The Orlons, October 1965, their final single on the Cameo record label. No Love But Your Love is the name of the tune. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California for this next group. It's their only release. It's a weird-looking label, because I don't know if it's supposed to be a crab on it or a tick or what. Looks like some kind of bug. I'll show you the label again. The logo's kind of weird, but it's called the Scarab, S-C-A-R-A-B label. The Scarab label. And it was released in September of 1969, and the group is called the General Soul Assembly. And the lead singer on this is Ira Raybon. Ira Raybon. He was 14 years old when he was recording this. And let's give it a spin. September '69, the General Soul Assembly, Scarab Records. It's called Highwaymen. It's kind of weird, like it's all together, but it says Highwaymen, parentheses, will steal your heart. This is the General Soul Assembly.
So my love, it's time you down, and you wanna be on your way again. Well, watch and listen closely as you travel the road with me within. Heartbreak and danger will come along the way, hiding behind old faces. 'Cause there's highwaymen down Love's Road. They'll steal your heart if they can. Highwaymen down Love's Road, just waiting for the chance. There's highwaymen down Love's Road. They'll steal your heart if they can. Highwaymen down Love's Road, just waiting for the chance. Look out for the Sunday driver. He's careless, oh, but he's so bold. And watch out for the hitchhiker, 'cause he only wants to live down the road. Oh, I only wish I could go along to protect you every step of the way. You know I could laugh when it happens, when you lose your heart on love's way. And there's highwaymen down Love's Road. They'll steal your heart if they can. Highwaymen down Love's Road, just waiting for the chance. And don't ever think about turning around, 'cause I'll be just up ahead at the end of that lonely road, in a place called happiness. And there's highwaymen down Love's Road. They'll steal your heart if they can. Highwaymen down Love's Road, just waiting for the chance. Don't you? There's highwaymen down Love's Road. They'll steal your heart if they can. Highwaymen down Love's Road, just waiting for the chance.
They're called the General Soul Assembly there, and Ira Raybon, he's the lead singer, 14-year-old there. September 1969, that's on the Scarab record label. Highwaymen, parentheses, will steal your heart. And he later joined a group called the Fabulous Souls. He became, I don't know if he was the lead singer with that group or not, but let's continue here. Got to play that flip side for Mark Speck, but haven't really played a hit tonight. Although you might consider the when I opened up the show with Twine Time by Alvin Cash and the Crawlers, that was a hit, but this was even a bigger hit. So this is my hit for the night. And actually that singer reminded me of this lead singer. This is Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. This is one of their big hits. This charted number 4 on Billboard, was a number 1 R&B record, of course, and number 1 in lots of other areas of the United States, one being KHJ out of Los Angeles, California. But this was a 45 that, of course, my aunt purchased when it came out, and I like it a lot, from October 67. This is the hit of the night by Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, of course, on the Tamla label. It's called I Second That Emotion.
Maybe you wanna give me kisses sweet, but only for one night with no repeat. And maybe you'll go away and never call, and a taste of honey's worse than none at all. Oh, girl, in that case I don't want no part. I do believe that
hits here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. The great Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, October 1967 on the Tamla record label. I second that emotion. Johnny G seconding that emotion. Got a couple more 45s to go before we sign off here on the All 60s edition. Let's go back to the fourth record I played tonight out of Miami, Florida. Was a group called The Movers. The Movers from June of 1967 originally came out on the Deep City label, which I do have. I played it on the Brent label. Song entitled One Little Dance. It was listener Mark Speck asked Johnny G to flip it over, so we're going to send this instant request out to Mark Speck. June 67. These are The Movers. It's on the Brent record label. It's called I Love You Baby. This is going out to Mark. That's by request from Mark Speck there, The Sound of the Movers. That's a cool tune. The Movers from June 1967, a great double-side record there. Featured it on the Brent record label. You can also get it the first label, Deep City label out of Miami, Florida. I Love You Baby, the flip side, One Little Dance, a great two-sided 45. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to original vinyl 45s out of my collection. You want to get in touch with me, send me an email. It's at vinyltreasures@aol.com. If you have any requests, I look for them. It takes me a little bit of a while to do it, but I'm going to get through it. We're going to file all the 60s records. They're going to be all in the right place. I'm going to be able to find these things very easily. Yeah, that's we'll see how well that goes. But again, thank you all for tuning in this evening. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. You heard some things that you may not have heard before, things you may have liked, or things that you just like listening to the music like I do. I tell you, this is the best part of the week for me when I do the radio show, as I kind of fading away from my work now, and I'm kind of getting antsy at the retirement thing. So that's coming, and that will be here soon. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in tonight, and I'll be back next Monday night from 8 to 11 right here on Oldies and More Radio, or right here on YouTube where you can see me. So subscribe to my station, click the like button, and click the bell to get notifications on when I'm on live. I think I've been getting some people that want me to test a lot of records, all different kinds of stuff out of my collection that I can feature on my 50s show, which is on late at night. Well, it's on 10 o'clock on Saturday nights. So I'll be back then, but I will be back next Monday night for more cool 60s records out of my collection. But we're going to close the show tonight with a song called Appreciation. That is what Johnny G has for you, the Vinyltreasure fans. And this group is out of Bayonne, New Jersey. They formed in 1964, first recording as the Creators. They had releases on the TK record label, also on the Philips label. Their big hit when they added the female lead to the group was The Boy from New York City. But this is, I think, probably their last charted record, or their last charted record was a song called Giving Up. It was a cover of the Gladys Knight and the Pip release, I think, on the Max label. But they also had a hit with the record, but we're going to play the flip side of that. Tune written and produced by Van McCoy. Again, that's another person on the label. You got to buy the records. But anyway, the closer tonight is from December 68 by the Ad Libs on the Share label. The song is called Appreciation. That's what I have for you, the Vinyltreasure listeners. So thank you all for tuning in this evening. And again, I'll be back Saturday night. If not, I'll see you guys here on next Monday night at 8 o'clock. Thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. I couldn't do it without you. And everybody have a safe remainder of the week. And I'll see you Saturday night right here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. The Ad Libs.
I'm out working every day, and any Friday, baby, you say you want my pay. Give it gladly, just to keep you satisfied, 'cause pleasing you is my only source of pride. But remember, baby, when you can, take a little time every now and then to show a little appreciation for my love and dedication. Show a little appreciation, that's all I need, baby. Just a little gratitude, a little thanks. When I punch out at the day
Okay, folks, that does it for the All 60s edition. Thank you all again for tuning in. Gonna have a busy week. Anyway, here's that Brent label. I'm telling you, I saw this label spinning around at the Walking Dead show. It was like on the turntable. But it wasn't playing what I thought it should have been playing. But anyway, this is a good record by the Movers. The label's kind of messed up. I didn't pay a lot of money for this record, but it's a great record. And then, of course, Giving Up is a great tune. It was a hit for them, Giving Up, the ad-libs, and then the other side is called Appreciation anyway. Well, thank you all. I appreciate all that you, the listeners, do for Johnny G. Thank you all again. So everybody be safe, be well. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. Bye-bye.